Hi everybody, 21st of November, another day in my daily diary of how I'm now coping with the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. Today started off okay actually. I got up at 8:30, 8:45. I was at the gym I was on the machine in the gym at 10:15. Had a really good do in the gym. I was in the gym for about an hour and a half. And went down and got me showered and dressed. Actually found £1 in one of the lockers when I was going in getting my locker, and I thought it's open. Somebody had left the £1 coin in. So I thought, well, that should start me day off pretty well. Now we're only finding £1. So I just felt better this morning. Last night when we went out watching that comedian, Milton Jones, who was called Milton. Was it Milton Jones? I've seen him on telly a few times. His comedy's a bit out there. It's a bit, he's not one of the, three men worked in a pub type comedian. He was strange, putting daft hats on and stuff like that. You have to give it a bit of thought when he was going through. It was enjoyable though. It was enjoyable, and it was something different. Because once I get in normally in the afternoon, I'm like a pilot. Like lately, I just don't go out. So it was completely different from me being out in the dark last night and then getting home at the time we get home, sort of 10 o'clock-ish, 10:15, 10 o'clock, by the time I dropped Angie's sister off, Marilyn and Ches. So yeah, it was different. And I promised myself I am going to get out more of an evenings. Not all the time, but I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to have a look on, like the Grand Theatre and the Winter Gardens and just local places, who's on and when. And I'm just going to start going out. I'm going to start doing stuff. It's no good just sitting in each night, even though it's nice, once you get, especially on cold nights, because today's been cold. It has been very cold. When I come out of the gym, I went parts up and I went along the promenade. Oh, it was bitter. Really bitter. I didn't put my hat on, and my gloves I should have done though. People were walking around really wrapped up, hats, scarves, gloves, and even some people with face coverings. It was really cold. But I got so far up, I usually walk one way and then walk back and then carry on. Anyway, so I got so far up and I sat down on a bench. There's a bloody fella swimming in the sea. Now I'm pretty brave where the cold's concerned, but I thought, never in the memory of man. He had a wetsuit on and then black, swimming suits on, but no, not me, not for me. Not on that, it was freezing anyway, so, when he got out later, I seen him getting out and he wasn't a young chap, he must have been, 50s, maybe even clogging 60. So good on him, he must have been doing it a while. But you could see people walking past, pointing at him, so, mad it was, so, but I sat there at one point, and like I said, I wasn't watching else when I saw him. And at one point, I just thought to myself, I'm sat here like this, because now Angie's not here, I don't really have any friends over here. I don't, it's like it's just said I want to start going out of an evening, but I know by getting out, I might meet more friends, but it just hit me while I sat there on the promenade, cold, but I thought, I don't have any friends. I know I got Marilyn, Angie's sister, and her chat, but they're relatives, they're not friends. Does that make sense? Even though I'm friends with them, understand me, but they're not my friends, if that makes sense. And it just hit me while I was sat there. So it just got me thinking. I don't know what's what. And I just started honestly reminiscing then and thinking of being sat there, because we used to, take Angie out, and we used to go out along the promenade anyway when she were able to walk, and then then in a wheelchair and so on, because she used to like getting out and about herself. But now I'm on my own. It's, like even though I'm still in a fairly good mood today, compared to the last couple of days, I've been on a bit of a downer. But sometimes I think like last couple of days, even though like my feelings have been sort of strong and to the forefront of my mind, and but like today, they feel as though like my feelings are in another room, and they're not really mine. I can't explain what I mean. Does that make sense? And that's why I'm not quite as down. But having said that, because I was having a laugh to myself and all when I sat on the prom. Well, I'd walked away from there, then I had another sit down on my way back. We used to joke when we was younger about, if when we get old, if we're ever ill, and you have to start looking after her, I'd just put you out in the garden and hose you down. And she said, "Oh, you bloody would, you and all." So with that, I just giggled to myself. Little did we know. I mean, I didn't hose her down in the garden, as you know, but even though sometimes I felt like doing. It's hard to explain. You can't. You just got to try and laugh about stuff because it is what it is. I know it's my famous saying, and it is what it is. But it is what it is. I can't change it. I've got to move forward. And when I went into Cleveland, I went in that cafe again called Juice Wave. I know I've mentioned it last week, but if you're ever in Cleveland, please give it a visit. It's only a small. It's completely different from what you'd expect. It's not aimed at the little old lady, coming in on the coach and stuff. It's a really nice, lovely atmosphere when you get in there. And the owner, Carol's lovely. And her daughters work there for her. Really friendly and chatty and really, really nice place. So, even if you live local and you're in Cleveland, you fancy a brew, call in there, Juice Wave it's called. And if you're ever over for a day trip, I'm doing a hard sell here, aren't I? But it's a really nice place. So I went in there and got my vegetarian Bombay panini with Bombay potatoes and a nice spicy sauce to it. Really nice, and a cup of tea and then I met Marilyn and Ches. And they come in and they had their panini. And then we just sat chatting and we were a cappuccino and that. But while I was sat waiting for them, I was there a good 3 quarters of an hour before they turned up. And I'm just sat watching people, and I said to Carol, the owner, "You've been busy?" She said, "Well, it's a bit quiet today, but people are starting to think about Christmas and stuff." And I thought it's true that they're all, people milling about outside, backwards and forwards. You could see most were locals. There wasn't many touristy people about, and I just thought these people are all, they're getting ready for Christmas, carrying and thinking ahead and got to do this, and I'm just trying to get to the end of the year, and just get the year out of the way. Everybody's lives just got their own lives, haven't you? You don't know. But I just hit me that I thought, I'm not planning for Christmas. I've done my little bit. I've done my cards. I've put the money to one side. Everybody's getting a couple of quid, and that's me. I don't even think about Christmas shopping, food wise, because I'm not going to celebrate. I'm just trying to get to the end of the year, get this year gone. So, and then when I came home, I dropped Marilyn and Ches off. I had a good day though. I had a good day, but like I was saying, when I got home and I come in and just sat deathly quiet again. Just hit me all of a sudden, and I had a bit of a meltdown. And I'd only just walked in. But Angie's photo here, I keep looking at on the table, and that's all I'd done. I'd come in, took my coat off, come to put the kettle on and make a brew, turn round, said hi to her and just had a bit of a meltdown. It's strange how it just hits that, and that's why I'm not coming in and I've had a decent day. You know, especially with starting off finding that quid. You know, that's, but that's what it's like. That's what the days are like. You don't know from 1 minute to the next. You really don't. You really don't. But anyway, I'm in a much better frame of mind today. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish packing my shed and get that lot taken over to my lock-up storage place. And then the granddaughter Cordelia's coming over, I presume Sunday, with Licklands, so we'll have a good day on Sunday as well. Right, now tonight's little story about Angie was, one day she got 4 parking tickets in one day. 4. And she'd got one, she'd parked outside this shop. Anyway, come out and, you know, she went in that shop, went in another shop. And when she got back to the car, she's got this parking ticket on the window, so she drives off, went into, I think she's in Bolton Town Centre, got another one, drove off somewhere else, parked somewhere else, got a third one, and then went back to the shop where she got the first one for, and got another one. 4 tickets in one day. So what does Angie do? She phones up, tries to appeal them all. No, it's da-da-da-da, there's it, top photos and everything. Right, okay. So Angie then goes back to the shop. It was she used to go in it. She's like a shop that sold all sorts of pound stuff, but it was like way back before Poundland. An Asian fella. So Angie gets in there. 2 tickets were at that time, one that time. So she comes up with this plan with him to back her up, to say that the sign outside the shop, whatever it's saying you can't park, or, you know, there's a limited parking or whatever, was full of stickers. Somebody had put stickers all over them, so she couldn't read it. And she got them both cancelled. She got them both cancelled. She had to pay the other 2 because they was in the Bolton Town Centre on the main car parks or wherever it was, or yellow lines or something. But she got off 2 of them, come up with his concoction, told him, come on, because I spend a lot of money in here. You know I'm always in, and he agreed, so she put it all down. Well, I had to put it all down in writing for her. And she submitted it and got them both, got them 2 squashed. But how can you get 4 parking tickets in one day anyway, you know? Well, that was Angie, you know, I'll park here and I'll worry about it later on. You know, mad woman, talking to her here, a picture on desk, on table. Right, so on that note, I'm going again now, and I will do another one tomorrow. I'm going to really make sure I'll keep my positive head on tomorrow. These down days are no good. They're no good. You know, I'll maybe have a down hour or so like I have today, but overall, I've got to keep making sure my days are more positive than not. So, again, thanks for your comments. Thanks for your support. Please forward these videos on. I believe, you know, a lot of people are enjoying them and learning from them. Press your like buttons and follow me. So, as per usual, you take care now. Bye.